Hello, my lovelies. Today is day 10 of our 21 Days of Joy challenge. I'm sorry that yesterday for day 9 I was a little bit... It was just one of those days, one of those evenings. Felt a bit depleted and defeated. But today's day 10 and I'm back. Got energy. Not a huge amount, but I got more. Let's get journaling. So get your journals, write down today's date, write down where you are if you feel to. This is just great for looking back on. Obviously, with lockdown and restrictions and stuff like that, you're not going to be in a different place every day, but maybe even just describing your surroundings. It's good for nostalgia. Also, who knows, you might look back on this in like 10 years time and be like, oh my gosh, I remember that red blanket I used to put on my knee when I journaled. You know, if you write down that I'm sitting on the chair with a red blanket on my knee, or I'm sitting down in my house at number 1 Hope Street. Don't know why that came up, Hope, but and then you could be like, gosh, I remember the Hope Street house. It could just give you good memories, you know. And write down one thing that you're grateful for from the past 24 hours, or that happened. I don't know whether to say from or over or in or within, but something that you're grateful for that happened, or that you witnessed, or that you experienced, or that you're just aware of and grateful for over the past 24 hours. Today, mine is, I'm really grateful for a conversation I had earlier with a doctor. So I interview doctors and talk to them about different things. The interviews are available over on Kygo, where I host the Orange Room. So Kygo's the platform where there's lots of different circles. My circle's called the Orange Room. So yeah, so the interviews are available there if anyone wants to check them out, link in my bio. And yeah, the conversation I had was just really enlightening, uplifting. I learned a bit more about inflammation that I forgot or didn't know. So that's my gratitude for today. Now for today's unique prompt, I want you to write down what a good friend looks like to you in detail. You might have a really good friend. Describe all the things about them that make them qualify as a good friend in your mind. Also, if you don't have anyone that springs to mind, just write down all the things that you would need in a friend, or that you consider as part of the package of, you know, a good friend. I don't know how many ways I need to say this, but I'm sure you get it. The great thing about this is not only does it put us in a place of gratitude for the people that we have in our life when we focus on their goodness and we write about their goodness, but also it helps us to look at some of our relationships and our friendships, and helps us to see what we actually need and to check to see if our friends are actually, you know, pumping goodness into us. I'm not saying that your friends are there to serve you and, you know, you have a list of expectations that they have to meet. No way. But we all need some good friends. Don't feel discouraged if you write a list of what a good friend looks like to you and then you realize, I don't have any friends that are good to me, or I don't want this to make you reflect in a negative way, because something I wanted to add to this. So not only are you gonna be able to look at your good friends and feel gratitude towards them and hopefully reach out to them and express your gratitude, which would be good. You also get to identify what you consider as a good friend and kind of evaluate some of your friendships and, you know, see if you're receiving that and having your needs met, because we all have needs, and sometimes we can feel drained because we're not having, you know, the people in our lives aren't good for us, just to put it a bit bluntly. It doesn't mean that when you identify it, you block everyone off, and, you know, but it's just, I'm landing. And if you do realize that you're not experiencing any relationships that you consider, you know, with a good friend, then look at that list and identify if you have all of those qualities. All the things that you write down, you know, a good friend would be a good listener, would be there for me, would feed me donuts, would, yeah, I'm joking, but are you that kind of friend? It's good to look at that, because if you're not, and if you can see that I kind of need this from a friend, but I'm not actually being it, then as you work on yourself and as you become the kind of person that you consider to be a good friend to others, then what goes around comes around, and you are more likely to attract people into your life that have the same qualities as you. Or the people in your life, if you love on them in the way that you want to be loved on without expectation, but the good ones will reciprocate that love. So a lot of the time we look at ourselves, begin within, and then everything out externally gets sorted out. My English is all over the place, but it happens. I'm freestyling. I didn't know this was going to go this way, but I'm liking it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this prompt. I hope you don't get any, overwhelmed with, oh man, you can work on all of this stuff. This is like therapy, Hans. A certain type of therapy. So enjoy this one. Feel free to share, and have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, depending on when you've seen this. Speak soon.